tells you the low and the high. It tells you sorry, this is a high and this is a low. It tells you these are the current available price I can buy each of these instruments. You can buy any of these instruments. Let's say, for example, the lower prices, please take note, the lower prices are the prices that you can sell this instrument. Remember, I said if you're selling an instrument, and if you're buying an instrument. So, but you also need to know what you are actually buying and what you're actually selling. Just have that at the back of your mind. So, here, let's say, for example, let's go with this Euro USD. Let's start with Euro USD. For example, Euro USD. Now, Euro USD. Let me off this data because, sorry, a minute. Okay, now Euro USD. You can see it right here. It's Euro USD. It's Euro USD. Now, Euro USD, you have the low. This low has to do with sorry, this price up here, the price up has to do with the available price that you can be able to sell this instrument, this Euro USD. It has to do with the available price that you can sell this instrument, Euro USD. And then why this other price right here has to do with the price that you can buy this instrument, Euro USD. Remember, I said that if you are buying the euro. That's the meaning of what you are doing. If you are buying the euro, and if you're selling, you're buying the USD. Please take note of that. It's very, very important. Okay, let's not waste so much time here. Let's go to the next thing we're supposed to talk about on our settings. So let's go to our settings. So on the settings, you have line charts. You have line charts. If you click on it, sorry, you have line charts. We have line charts. We have bar charts. So I've changed this one to line chart. So let's go to our chart window. So you can see the chart is showing you just lines. It's showing you just lines. So go back, settings. I'll click on line type. I'll go to bar chart. So you open it up down here, click down into the chart directly. So it shows you bars rather than candlesticks. And now these bars, here at the opening of this, let me show you this. Now these bars, sell candles, they open from the left. And close at the right. That's close below. Then why buy candles, they open from down. The green, I'm talking about this green right now. I'm talking about this green. Open from the below part and then close above the open price. That's how they open and close. Anyway, I'm going to explain all that in this video. Let's get there. So the most important thing is just understand that we have bar chart. So let's go to the next one. Okay, we have high, open, high, low, close. Open, high, low, close. Let me show you where it is on the charts. See where the open, high, low, and close is. Let me change back the candles so that it will be easy for us to understand. Change candlesticks. Okay, now look at this stuff right here. Now look at this stuff. If I'm placing my cursor on this thing, look at the numbers here. Look at these numbers. Just look at these numbers. You see that they are changing. Just look at those numbers up there. You see that they are changing. When I shift my cursor, you see that they are changing. They will be changing from where they are. Are you seeing the numbers? The numbers are changing. So each candle that I point on this data windows icon on, it's going to give us the information of that particular candle when it opens, close, and the lowest part of the candle. So let me just tell us these four numbers here, what they stand for. We have number one. Let me give us this information. Number one, this number one right here, this first one, it represents open, high, low, and close. So you present the open candle, you present the open, the O stands for open, and then why this second one here represents the high. Let me take back that. Yes, it represents the highest price that candle went in this 15 minutes time frame. That's by the way. Then the next number here represents the lowest price that this candle went, the lowest price that it touches, the lowest price. Then why the last one here represents the closing price, represent the closing price, represents the closing price. Please take note of it. They represent the closing price. So this is for this particular candle. Let me show us what I mean. Like this candle, now that this line is on, those informations are for this candle. If you change it, if you shift it, it will give you different information. So each candle has its own information. And then also the volume that you're seeing here, each candle has its own volume. That's just what it is. So let's continue. So that's for open high. And then data window, if I close it, also this open high and close, open high, low and close stuff, you can off it. If you off it, you won't see it here again. You can see it's there. And then also for that data, this data window, if I off it, like now it's off, you will not see the volume stuff on this cross. You will not see the volume on this cross. It's no longer there. But when I on it, you will see it's there. You can see it's there. So that's if you want to get the informations of indicators. If you want to get the information of indicators, show volumes, enable this option to display volumes on the chart, which is the same thing that data window is showing us. The data window will be showing us the cross share. So that's what it is. Then show trade levels. It shows trade. This stuff shows trade levels. Like if it's on, if it's off right now. If it's on, it shows you what are they calling it? Areas on the charts where you enter the trade, where you put your stop loss, where you put your pending order, where you put your take profit. This stuff once it's on, because it's on automatically. Once it's on, you can be able to see all those informations. Now, independent charts, graphic objects are created only on current symbols, charts, and selected time frames. Now, what it means is this: if I go to this particular chart, this is where you can off and on this stuff, just in case. If you want to remove it, you can either remove it like add it like this, then you remove it from here, this top here, you remove it. Okay, now I was talking about independent charts. Now, independent charts, what it means is this: if I put any objects here, let's say I pick any of these objects and I place it here, pick any of those objects and I place it here. What that independent chart stands for is that let this line that I place right now, let it be only available for this particular currency pair, this AUD Canadian dollars. Look at the name of the instrument here, AUD Canadian dollars. So what that stuff is showing, independent charts, this independent charts right here, it's saying that let that particular line be available for only that particular chart. So, but if I off it and I go back to charts, I remove, let me delete this, then impute a new vertical line. So I impute this vertical line right here. If I leave this particular chart and go to another chart, it's going to be available there. It's just that my data is off. Yeah, it's 1 minute, please. Let me on my data. Okay, so now you can see the line is also available. If I shift it to this end, look at where it is right now, just at the end of the last set of candles. If I go to the GBP USD, I'll still see there It's just at the end. So the independent chart tells you if you want the instrument, or rather the object that you placed this particular the chart that you place this particular object to be available or to be visible on all other charts. So that's what that does for you. So we don't want it to be on all other charts, so we just want it to be on the single chart. So period separators are there to tell you the beginning of a new day, or the beginning of the beginning of a new day. Let's check this out. Period separators separators option draws additional vertical lines in the chart that corresponds with the larger periods, that's time frame borders. It corresponds with that. What does that mean is this. Let's say, for example, if from here, the period, what are the period separators? Look at this dotted line here. This dotted line, they are period separators. They tell you, actually they give a demarcation from the beginning of the day. It tells you that this day ended here and a new day opens here, or this week, depending on the type of time frame that you've changed your chart into. Like for example, this is M15. So M15 time frame from here to this point represent one day. The same thing from here represent one day. Then why, if you go to H1 still represent the same thing from the beginning of this dotted line to the next dotted line, it represents one day. But if you go on H4, from the beginning of this dotted line here to the ending of this dotted line here, I think, if I'm not mistaken, yes, from this one to the ending of this one here, it represents 1 week. You can check the dates down here, you see it yourself. Then the same thing if you go for D1, if you go on D1 time frame, it shows you probably from the beginning of this month to the ending of the next month. So that's just how that operates. Then let's go to the next one. Then we have the ask price line. Ask price line, we have two type of lines that display themselves on the chart. Let me delete some of these things so that you can be able to see them. Okay, now we have two lines that are displayed on the charts. Let me go down. Now look at this line right here. The green one is known as the bid price line, while the red one is known as the ask price line. Now they are asking you, do you want this ask price line to be visible? Do you want it to be visible? If yes, you want it to be visible, you on it. But if no, you off it. So you can off it. Let's off it and see what it looks like. So we go back to the chart. It's no longer there, but that does not mean that it's not still functional. It's properly functional. It's just that you don't just want to see the lines, but it's properly functional, meaning that if you enter a trade for a buy right now, remember, anytime you enter a trade for a buy,